Good morning, Breakfast Clubbers. I'm here in Liversedge again today, and I'm checking out this place just behind me. It's the Hungry Bellies Café. I've heard they do a belly buster breakfast here and it's great value, so we're going to see if that's true and whether the belly buster lives up to its name or not. Let's go! Today I'm here in Liversedge again, this time at the very recently opened Hungry Bellies Café. After seeing a couple of glowing reviews on Facebook, I thought I'd pop in and check out their full English breakfast for myself. On offer here are the small and large breakfasts, as well as a belly buster option. As I'm hungry this morning, I've opted to give the belly buster a go. This includes 3 bacon, 3 sausages, 2 slices of spam, 2 fried eggs, 2 hash browns, beans, mushrooms, tomato, fried bread, and 2 toast. A mug of tea or coffee is also included, and when it comes to the price of this feast, I'll be revealing that later on in the video. I was also offered the not yet on the menu option of the mega breakfast, which includes everything on the belly buster, but ups the item count to 4 of each of the bacon, sausage, eggs, hash browns and spam. I politely declined though, as I'm not up for that kind of challenge today, but I'll definitely be looking to return at some point to take that beast on. So with the mug of builder's tea going down nicely, my breakfast arrives and it's time to tuck in.
Here we go.
Alright.
Toast. There you are.
Thank you, wow. I'm glad I went for this one now, not the mega one.
Yeah, the mega one's going to be on a huge plate.
Cheers. So in terms of presentation, there are a few hidden depths to this plate. Not everything can be seen at first glance, but everything's well laid out atop a sea of baked beans and tinned tomatoes, with the sausages tucked neatly below that fried bread there. It's a proper eye-pleasing layout on a large oval plate. Score, 9 out of 10. Let's kick things off with a crowd favourite then, the fried bread. A single slice, well done and nicely golden in colour, with that satisfying crisp crunch as you bite through. It's not overly oily and the flavour's bang on. The perfect pairing with the beans and that rich egg yolk later on. Score, 10 out of 10. From one carb to another, let's see how the toast stacks up. 2 slices of medium white, lightly toasted and slathered in butter, soft and succulent when biting into, and once again, excellent for soaking up the leftover juices on the plate. Score, 7 out of 10. Moving on to the mushrooms. Small, thinly sliced, and placed alongside the beans so most of the usual water gets mixed in with them. They've got a nice texture and a really good taste. Certainly no help required from the pepper here. Score, 8 out of 10. And speaking of beans, you can't quite see the full extent of the enormous portion here as it flows under those slices of spam and also the eggs. There must be at least a full tin of baked beans on this plate. Every time I think they're all done, I keep finding more as I work through the rest of the items. They're hot, soft in texture and sweet in taste. Proper classic breakfast beans. Score, 10 out of 10. Let's check in on the sausages next. 3 small sausages here, similar in look to those we saw back at Sue's Butties a few weeks ago. They're moist and meaty inside, which is a good start, but when it comes to flavour, they really don't live up to expectations. You bite in hoping for that punch of herby porkiness, maybe a bit of seasoning or a touch of spice, but instead, it's just flat. There's nothing unpleasant about them, but nothing memorable either. A bit of a missed opportunity, as a stronger sausage could have lifted the whole plate. Score, 4 out of 10. Hopefully the eggs can pick things back up a bit. We've got 2 fried eggs done sunny side up, cooked fast and hot on the grill, giving us those thin, crispy edges. The whites are cooked evenly all the way through, with no rubberiness, and the yolks are soft, golden, and begging to be dipped into. Proper breakfast essential, done well. Score, 7 out of 10. Time to move on to something I usually tread lightly with, the tomatoes. As with the beans, there's a hidden sea of tomatoes flowing under all that bacon. They're rich with a sweet sauce and a big portion of tomato flesh. Probably some of the tastiest tinned tomatoes I've ever had. As you know, I'm not usually a fan, but I did really enjoy these. Score, 9 out of 10. Let's see if the hash browns can keep the quality rolling. There's 2 golden coloured hash browns with a crunchy exterior and a great tasting hot fluffy interior. They've clearly been cooked well, crisp without being greasy, soft without going mushy. The flavour's good too, with that potatoey sweetness coming through nicely, and made even better when covered in a bit of egg yolk or a dab of bean juice. Score, 8 out of 10. Now for the black pudding, always a key part of any proper breakfast. There's 2 thin slices of the black stuff here, cooked spot on, soft on the outside and in, with plenty of moisture and rich deep flavour. You get those traditional notes of pork fat, oatmeal and a gentle peppery spice running through. It's sweet, savoury and earthy all at once. Exactly how black pudding should be and a real highlight of this breakfast. Score, 9 out of 10. Next up, something we don't see on every plate, the spam. 2 medium thickness rounds, lightly fried on the grill, giving them a light crisp edge while keeping plenty of moisture inside. That familiar salty meaty flavour hits straight away, and it works brilliantly here. On a breakfast like this, it just adds that extra layer of nostalgia and savouriness. A very welcome addition that holds its own. Score 8 out of 10. Finally, we round things off with the bacon. There's 3 rashers of medium cooked bacon. Personally, I prefer mine with a little longer cook on the fatty edges so they crisp up nicely. Having said that, I'm still happy to have it like this. Each piece is thick, meaty and packed with salty flavour. Very filling too, and by this point I was definitely feeling the struggle. Score 9 out of 10. Time to discuss value for money. Now this is a belly buster that truly lives up to the name. Out of all the so-called belly busters I've reviewed in the past, this is the first one that's actually felt like a proper challenge to finish. There's no way I could have tackled the even larger mega breakfast this morning. Every part of this breakfast was cooked well, and I've come away feeling completely satisfied after having had a genuinely great meal at an exceptional price. And speaking of that price, the belly buster here at Hungry Bellies Café comes in at just £8. You heard it right, £8, and that's including a mug of tea or coffee. For what you get, in my opinion, that's absolutely outstanding. If I could go full Spinal Tap here, I'd be turning it all the way up to 11, but since 10's our top mark, this one easily earns it. Score 10 out of 10. And after chucking all those scores into our number cruncher, Hungry Bellies Café comes out with a total of 108 points out of a maximum of 130. And converting that into a percentage, today's final Breakfast Club score is 83.1%, putting them firmly in our great rating bracket. And looking at Leaderboard now, and that impressive score sees Hungry Bellies Café take up 4th spot in our top 10, and well deserved too. So overall, an impressive showing here, an excellent breakfast that could easily taken top spot had it not been let down slightly by those sausages. So a big thank you to the owners, staff and fellow customers for making me feel welcome today. So if you're after a proper breakfast, then the Full English Breakfast Club highly recommends paying Hungry Bellies a visit. And if you've enjoyed this video and like what we're doing, the best way to support us is to like, share and subscribe. It's free to do and really helps the channel grow. And as always, may your bacon be sizzling, your fried bread golden and your yolks runny. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out one of our other reviews showing on screen right now. So that was my breakfast here at Hungry Bellies Café this morning. Now that was a belly buster that lived up to its name. Hope you enjoyed that one. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.